Hi everyone, this is Barkha from Team K21 and today we have Nouer with us who have recently cleared PL300 certification. So let's welcome him and get to know more about his experience and how he planned to clear his certification along with his job. So hi Nouer, before we start and go further for the videos, please introduce yourself, what you do and what's your background.
Yeah, sure. I myself Nouer Zaman, and I'm a Tableau developer. I have been in the data analytics field for the last 7 to 8 years. Initially, I was working as a revenue management analyst, and then Tableau and BI developer. And especially within the sector, I was working within the banking and financial sector as a contractor for the last 4 years.
Okay, so how did you plan to go for the Power BI certification?
So actually, I signed up for the course for Azure and data engineering program. So what happened is that I then got into Power BI side as well. So because it's a great mix, as I already have Tableau background. So I was always planning to do Fabric's Azure program, and then I just wanted to apply, because thing is that right now when you apply for Power BI developer or BI developer in general, they ask you for this certification. And in the last 1 year, there has been a huge shift in demand. Like if I used to search for Tableau developer position last year, I would get some responses. Right now, it's all Power BI. So that was my determination.
I believe before coming to K21, you must have done your research. You must have research about the other institute that is there who are providing the same certification. So how did you plan to go for K21?
I actually got really inspired by Atul because he has a very deep background in the DevOps and Azure development. And thing is that when working, speaking to my colleagues in my previous job, it's a huge, what should I say? It's a talk of the town right now. Azure cloud, Azure, the cloud industry in overall. And I was looking for a program where I can really enhance my knowledge in cloud infrastructure. And then I just came across Atul via Facebook ad. And then I saw one of the intersections. I attended one of the intersections via Nikita. So then I felt, he is really, because thing is that when you speak to someone, you kind of get the impression first time, like they know what they're talking about, they know about the industry. So yeah.
How was your experience while you're still learning? So how was your experience while having an interacting class and managing your job? Meanwhile,
I think the thing is that because I'm still working, so attending lessons can be a huge challenge. However, I really love the team support via Teams. Whenever I have any question, they respond to me with the next day. And I remember just a day before the exam, I was struggling with one topic, and they really got back to me like 1 hour, and they gave me like a 3-page detailed explanation that I really liked. So that's one aspect that I really like, is that they go well and beyond, try to explain the concepts. Also, sometimes what I do is I try to write in WhatsApp group any questions I have, and they always come back to me. Sometimes even Atul, he says himself like, okay, what is the solution to a problem?
how was your exam overall exam experience? If I say, how was the level?
I was, a bit surprised because just 2 days before the exam, I was getting like 60%, 65%. On the day, I got like 88%. So I was really surprised how I did it well. So, but I think all the kudos go to the K21 team. But yeah.
Yeah. So how was the level? Was it something that was easy for you to answer?
Yeah, I think, from my initial day when I started using Power BI, I found it very straightforward because myself being a tablet developer, 90% of the concept, is similar. So there was any such problem. Only few of them, for example, gateways doesn't exist in Tableau. So some features, I think it was quite straightforward because of having years of experience, but I think overall, Power BI, I think, is an easier tool than Tableau for a new user to use. Tableau, I think, has a very steeper learning curve compared to Power BI. So that really helped me.
Okay. So I would like to just help me to understand that how this certification, Power BI certification, help you or align with your future goals, for upcoming 2 years or 5 years, I see.
I wouldn't say just next 2 years, but in the next probably in 1 month, because I'm currently applying for roles, and many of them are actually asking job description, like they want someone to do this certification, and also the fact that this market is really saturated. Yes, it flooded the market with many people like amateurs, pros. So it really sets you, helps you set up. And right now, along with this, I'm studying another exam, fabrics analytics engineer. So it really you're trying to create a USP, stand out from others.
How you are planning to apply for the job? How have you planned something? So you how you're going to apply,
Yeah,
and how you're going to strategize it?
yeah, I think with my LinkedIn profile, I have always made it, up to date, and I try to, in terms of targeting specific jobs, I try to make sure my LinkedIn profile is up to date. And in terms of now, when I apply with my CV, I can say certified Power BI developer. I couldn't use that, so the certified really goes a long way. But then again, right now, the job market is really dull right now in UK. So it's just, I feel like no matter how much you do, there's always more you can do. For instance, CV, like I improve my CV every day. There's always something you can try to improve your CV. But
Yes,
yeah,
optimize according to the job profiles or job description.
exactly.
Okay, so I wanted to know, like, how was what is the the hardest part, or I would say the most challenging part was there while learning these tools, or while not for the means managing the time of something per se, but according in the course, what was the challenging part for you?
Um, for me, look, a technical aspect is always a challenge. Like a virtual machine. Like when I started with the program with Azure, it was a really try to grasp the knowledge. Like, okay, what is a virtual machine? How does this work? Because there are so many things. Like with Azure, one thing I found out is that if you know something, there's more to learn. Like it's just never-ending knowledge you have to gain. And even now, like I try to struggle. For example, SQL pools that I try to use at work when I had the free license for Azure. So it's really about getting to the Apache Spark side, using notebooks and using Python, and that's it. And other thing is that this thing you can learn, but unless you don't do it on the job, you can't really grasp to the fullest. So this is something that I always try to do, is that I try to pretend I'm working as an engineer, and this is something that I always do, like even with AWS and Azure. Because I had an Azure AWS account as well, so I try to compare what is the differences. This is something that I use is, okay, what is the differences that help me to understand the product even better.
Okay. So I just wanted, for my understanding as well as for the viewers' understanding, is it required to do? Means many other courses require to have a live project. So is it there in the Power BI certification, or have you done something which
No,
highlights something in your CV?
the thing is that with certifications, with Python and SQL, there is no such advanced level certification. I think Microsoft, they used to do MTA certifications like 10, 12 years ago, which this is the one I did. This is way back in 2013. But right now, there isn't a certified Python certification like Azure. So with one thing I liked about this one is, Fabrics Analytics Engineer, there's SQL and Python and a bit of KQL. So there's a good mix of both SQL and Python that I'm trying to use. But yeah, there is no equivalent certifications like this Oracle, but in my industry, SQL Server is used more than Oracle. So I don't want to move to different tool.
Yeah, no, I was asking that many certifications, you learn to work on live projects, hands-on projects, right? Which showcase that you actually know how to use some tools, like a project which you have added in CV.
Yes, I did a Udacity program 4 years ago. So that's the one I added, like GitHub, because there was a data analyst program where you had to use Python and using Jupyter Notebook. So this is something. But the thing is that in my field, some of the jobs that I applied for, I think projects from Python side that becomes a bit irrelevant because they came in your job description. So, example, you write your job title, and this is what I have done. They get a good idea about, okay, what you know already, because to be honest, if I just pick to be a Power BI developer, I say I done this, they will know straight away that he's faking it. If you're senior, then they will know. For example, when I was applying for Tableau positions, I used to say I did data blending. If you're someone is new, they have no idea about data blend. So this is the so I rely less on project because it just adds in more and more coverage in the CV.
Okay. What would you suggest for the people who are in the same domain, or who are planning to go for the same certifications? Why should they go for upscaling, or why they should go for the specific certification that you have done?
I think data analytics is the future, especially data visualization. Now, in my current company, when I was working there, all the staff is salespeople, finance, even Power BI developers. They were using Power BI. Now, good thing about Power BI is that anyone can use it. So you can use it to do your own data analysis. So I remember last year I taught someone to use Tableau, not Power BI, but same concept, and they were able to really scale up and implement their data analysis by like 2x. So what I think is that with Tableau, Power BI, it helps you to do your work quicker, because right now it's all about how can you grasp information as quick as possible. And, they are still, teams use Excel, but for these people, it takes them days to do it. With Power BI, it can take you a couple of days, and you can automate it. So it's really about being up to date with the technology to help you out.
Yeah, I think Power BI is very helpful in the presentation part as well.
Yeah, same. I think we, in terms of presentation is fine, but from my side, it's more on the auto scaling. Like less work you do, the better. Because I used to use VBA like when it was very popular. Now I think hardly anyone uses it. So VBA for me was like macros. How can you do the fast? You can do the work. Same with Power BI is that if I just by typing project ID, I can know information in Power BI dashboard or reports. So yeah. You mentioned visually appealing. I'm more of a minimalistic developer, because I try to use less colors, because I see some developers use a lot of colors. That's actually that's a bad practice, because you should use colors to stress a point, not to just show everywhere. So yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So if I ask Noir that, what in your point of view is the future of cloud? If you have to give a one-line statement, what would you say? What is the future of cloud?
In terms of future, I would say there's a new oil. If I have to, because I remember there was someone say data analytics is a new oil. Now I feel cloud is a new oil, because right now, if you look at the market share, of AWS, Azure, Google, it has like gone 3 times more in the last 5 years. Every company is trying to go to cloud because to save money. I know there's also a dark side of using cloud, but a good thing is that the saving money. And this is the reason why I shifted to Power BI, because if you're a cloud provider like AWS or then the BI tool will be in demand, like Looker, Power BI. Tableau's negative is that Salesforce is not a big cloud provider. So that's another big shift in demand that I noticed.
If I say, what is your long-term goal? Apart from the certification that you have done, you're saying you're planning for another certification. So how you make me understand that how these certification will help you down the lane after 5 years, or in your future more, how it will improvise your career, as well as help you in recessions, or when there is a layoff and everything.
I think recently many AI tools have released, like Copilot and this and that. I feel like with Power BI and Tableau, you can't just rely on one tool. And the other thing is data engineering. Like right now, I see myself working more in Fabric environment. With Microsoft, they recently introduced Fabric, and I really like the tool because you can do your ETL and data visualization. So you don't just become like, oh, I'm a data visualization guy. So that's the one thing I'm trying to go into, is more an ETL task, because end of the day, you want to create value for company. Now, I can see in the next 5 years, not a data analyst, like a sales manager say, oh, I want this visualization, can you create me? and and AI will create that visualization. So you can't rely on visualization. So I feel like still your domain. I would say to anyone, go into Power BI, but have a strong domain. Like for mine is finance or cost accounting. I myself a chartered management accountant. So I would say along with Power BI, have your own domain, because when you apply for jobs in real world, it's not just about creating visualization. It's about having that USP, that knowledge, because that comes with it. That's the reason why I have especially worked in finance industry, because I have that USP, that special knowledge. So I would say to anyone, like make a specific domain like marketing, finance, accounting, and go with that. That's a huge plus point.
Means apart from upskilling yourself, it is important to have a stronger background,
But
which
yeah,
will help
exactly.
you in futures, and it will give you the basic solid foundation. Right?
Exactly, and also the other thing you mentioned is the way I see myself in the next 5 years. I see myself more in like strategic finance or business analysis, because in business analysis and data analysis is getting more and more in line, because there were two separate roles like a few years back. Now business analysis also including like data visualization element. So this is something I feel like going more towards like management accounting. I recently was working on a project with a bank where we wanted to create a management report using Tableau. So this is something I feel like it will go more and more as we move away from Excel.
No, means if I have to say it in a simple word, there will be more optimizations, and so that there will be lesser time required to create data and everything.
More optimization, also the fact that to introduce visualization to other domains, which is not common, like accounting.
Okay, because it takes a lot of work and as well as lots of time to do.
Yes,
and
I
it's
think
very
Excel.
critical thing as well.
Yeah,
In
I think
accounting.
people are very much. Many companies are pretty much dependent on Excel. I feel like there's a lot of scope for Power BI and Tableau, these tools. But yeah,
It's also it depends on the company as well, and how they want to improvise and how they want to go along with the technology. But again, if not now, but again they'll have to go after 5 years or 10 years, and it is going to impact them.
yeah, definitely.
So my last question is that what was the one of the best experience, or I would say the best quality you felt at K21?
I think when I was going through the videos, video sessions, I really liked the explanation they gave. Like by I think it was Nitya or some other instructor. They talked about how, like as infrastructure as a service, PaaS and SaaS, how they interconnect, and like VMs. So the explanation was very beautiful, because that really gives you a full picture about how the cloud market works. So that really helped me to understand and other small elements like virtualization or networking. So that really I like the explanation, because look, explanation, people can be very smart, but not everyone can explain as good. So that's one thing that I liked about the course.
Yeah, it takes a lot of it's a special quality to even a person can be very talented, but it's not possible that he can be, or she can be some person who can teach well or transfer his knowledge to other person.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you, Noel, for taking out your time, and all the best for the job part and job preparation that you are doing currently. And I hope that you get a job and you land the job or as well as the profile that you are planning for. And once you're done with that, I hope that we do another video. How was your overall job searching experience, and how was the interview experience, and what is the profile you are going to work with?
No, definitely. I think looking forward to speaking to you again. Thank you again,
Thank you so much for taking your
Barkha.
time, and I hope I did it in the right time, because you have to. Thank you so much again.
Yeah, thank you very much again. Thank you.
Yeah, take care.